This is part 2 of Mind Control, MK Ultra Mind Control, found and illustrated in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the movie, as well as child abduction. So let's get started. Now, if you have not seen part 1, I recommend strongly that you go ahead and watch that as well, because it will make this whole entire presentation more logical. Now I'm going to be showing you, and this scene shows how children were underground at this village in Bulgaria. So as you can see, Karaticus and Truly are truly shocked by what they're seeing.
They don't know what a tree looks like, or what it is to run or to laugh in the sunshine. Do you, eh? Look at them, like little rats. They run up and down the sewers, stealing food from the kitchens.
Son! I'm looking for my children. I think they're up there in the castle with their grandfather. Have you seen anything of them?
No, sir. A little boy and girl.
Yes.
They're locked up in the tower.
And the grandfather?
He's in the dungeon under the castle.
Sir, have you come to help us?
So as you can see, these children are uneducated. Their talents are being squandered. They're in oppression. They're oppressed. Just any potential is being smothered. They are starved. They are cold, and come on now, they don't even have, they're on hard concrete. They're suffering. Sad. Additionally, I just want to show you more further symbolism in the window behind you. Have you ever seen a window like that? I know I haven't. Now the centerpiece that looks like a spider web, yes, that's probably symbolism of the children being caught in a web, as well as the telescope of a rifle or gun, in which a gunman uses in order to hit his target accurately, and these children are definitely targets. Now I'm going to show you how MK Ultra Mind Control is not just used upon individuals, it's also used upon the masses. One way of MK Ultra Mind Control is through threats of harm or violence. And the elites in this movie have obviously threatened the parents to the point where they don't feel safe. The minute they have a child, the army comes and takes the child and may even punish the parents. So they are terrified, and they are so terrified they don't want to fight back against the elites who have way too much power. I'm going to show you further symbolism of this kind of dynamic in this movie, and metaphor that you will see of dolls and puppets. So let's take a look. Now here is the protagonist, one of them, Truly, who is herself not under mind control, but she's having to come in and pretend to be a doll in order to try to find out or infiltrate the castle to find the children and the grandfather for Karaticus. And she deeply cares about these children. So this is what she's doing in order to get in. So she is, and so is Karaticus. They are essentially a Trojan horse. But besides that, that's more ostensibly noted here. This is also, in my opinion, an allegory for what parents are going through in our culture presently. And this is the movie, the producers of this movie, the writers, the director, pointing this out. And if they don't know it consciously, it's more of a subconscious, intuitive thing. So essentially, parents in this village end up feeling like dolls. They end up feeling like human beings that have no heart and no soul. Their hearts are made of sawdust, just like the Tin Men and the Cowardly Lion. And then furthermore, they also feel like puppets. They are puppets on strings being manipulated by the elites. And they're in a daze because of it, and they're completely controlled by them. And that's what this shows. They are not allowed to have feelings. They are expected to look happy and keep a stiff upper lip. If they are not happy, then they have to go on their controlled substances that will control them, such as antidepressants. Additionally, creative people are often manipulated by the elites, such as actors, directors, and politicians are more the controllers, but they are also puppets on the string in this culture. And this is what is being illustrated here. Additionally, creative people feel drained, they feel manipulated, and they feel like fools often. They're often overworked. They often sign on to something and they think it's going to be great, but ultimately they are overworked and underpaid for what they're doing. And the elites simply take advantage. This has to do with all kinds of creative people. Engineers, writers, technicians. I won't even go on. There are so many people that feel this way at this time. Furthermore, I want to point out, as you see by the mirrors here, that often we feel split in multiple personalities. We feel we have to perform. We feel we have to look good. We feel we have different images depending on who the audience is, and our personalities are split in 2 or 3. It may not be as bad as an MK Ultra victim, the classical ones that we've learned about that occur in labs, but we often, if we go along with these people and compromise ourselves, we often feel like we are playing a game and we're compromising ourselves and feeling split in 2 or even 3s, just as these parents must feel like this, who are allowing the king and queen to take their children hostage. And a lot of people feel this way in our own culture. When we have our children being controlled by cell phones, by computer games, by educators who are super liberal, we often feel this way. So I just want to encourage you, if you are a parent and you are fighting against this, then you are using something called grit, and keep on going, keep on persevering. If you're, for example, a father who is not getting that promotion because you prefer to invest in your family, invest your time, and not invest 80 hours out of your week for the company, but instead value your family, I just want to encourage you to keep on going. Likewise, if you're a mom who's having to stand up and say that you don't like what is happening in the educational system, for example, bathrooms about a year and a half, 2 years ago were a total issue, and children are not. Why should children have to think about such things? We and children need to feel at peace, that they know what's expected of them, and that their lower anatomy is not brought up in the classroom. This is one of our lowest, most base anatomies of our bodies. The potty is just not something that we've even talked about. And I was completely shocked that this was occurring in our culture at that time. So I want to encourage you to keep on going, because these elites are eventually going to be shackled. If we give up, however, there is no turning back. We need to be more aware and aware of our families and what's going on, and more in touch, and keep on going and keep persevering. So I hope this educated some of you, and I hope this helped you in some way. Go ahead and subscribe if you like. I will read your comments as best I can, and please share. Thank you. Bye-bye.